Hey, it's Delilah, and I am back with our next masterpiece nugget from my experience over the last few weeks. As you may recall, I am coming to share these experiences with you as to empower and equip you in case you or anyone else you know finds himself in a similar situation. This is about a heart of gratitude. So I found myself maybe 2 weeks ago outside, sunny, sun beaming, standing on the street, praying for my family. I was out on the street doing the prayer because I was anticipating connecting with my oldest son. And while I was waiting for him, I was praying, and I mean fervently praying. And about 20 feet from me was a homeless person. Couldn't tell their gender. They were about 20 feet from me. I knew that they were there. They were um, in my path of sight, so I knew that they were there. I could also smell what smelled like urine, and so I knew that they were there. And so I was there, and I was praying. I was walking around. When I say praying again, I mean I was praying. And while I was praying, I heard the Holy Spirit say, "It's great that you're praying for your son, but what about my daughter?" And I was like, "Wow." And he meant the homeless, what I know now to be a woman, the homeless woman. And so I went over out of obedience. And as I walked, I could see like the sidewalk was stained. It was wet. I could tell from her urine. And I got closer and I asked, "Hey, can I pray with you?" And she lifted up her head and she's like, "Yes." And I touched her to go to pray for her, and she's like, "No, don't touch me because I'm really dirty." And I knew it wasn't because she was dirty. I knew that it was because she just did not want to be touched. And so I'm like, "Okay, no problem." And as I approached her, one thing I forgot to mention was um, I assumed because I saw the urine that she had wet herself through her clothes. But as I approached her, I could see it was her raw bottom. She was sitting down on the cement like pillar, and she was sitting on her raw bottom was sitting on the pillar. It was just really sad. Her hair was matted. She smelled and not appealing. She just looked as though she was in disarray. Her legs and feet were swollen, and like they were unhealthy. My sister just did not look very well, and I asked her if I could pray, if I could pray, and she said yes. And so she was sitting down, I was standing up, and so I was a little bit over her, and I had put my head down and I went to pray, and she looked up at me and she says, "You can pray, but I only want you to pray prayers of gratitude." This lady, her name was Aloha. She said her name was Aloha. I asked her name at one point. She said, "Aloha. Aloha, my sister Aloha blessed my spirit so." Because while I was on that corner tearing down the heavens for my child, what she was doing in this moment was reminding me, regardless of your circumstance or situation, remember that God is still good, and to give him thanks and to give him praise. And so I prayed for my sister. And when I was done praying, she looked at me and she said, "I'm so grateful because out of everybody who's ever prayed for me, you're the only one who has prayed the way I wanted them to pray, and not prayed for my circumstance or my situation, but has prayed to give gratitude to God." And so I share this with you because no matter what your situation is, God is still good. God is still good. And if someone who at the natural eye could be in such dire conditions can remember at the point of it all that we are to give thanks unto God and that he is still good, certainly we should remember the same. So that's the next lesson I want to drop with you guys, the masterpiece. Um, have a heart of gratitude and give thanks to God. Talk to you soon. Let's just get big.